We got Google showing up. This is a story that you wanted to talk about with grades to Gemini on the browser, I think it is.
Yep. Well, and I kind of have made sure not to touch my Google browser because when I went to open my notes here for our pod, the Gemini button has been in the top corner for a while, but today I have this new thing up here that where kind of leads me in. It says chat with Gemini in Chrome to get answers and key takeaways as you browse. Try now or got it, which means got it means leave it alone. So what have we done here? Something that I have been looking forward to, and I'm getting ready to try out here after the pod, just kind of see how this works. Full integration, it seems, for Gemini into Google Chrome, meaning that if I was to click try now, or you click try now, or click the Gemini button, assuming you have the latest version of Chrome, it will pop up as a window to the right side of your browsing to where supposedly you never have to leave your browser to be able to ask Gemini questions, which is good. It may get Gemini some more users because if we have to leave our browsers to do things, we tend to use other products in the process. Guilty is charged here. Google Chrome user would always have Copilot sitting to the right in a screen or minimized at the bottom. Okay, let me ask Copilot a question. Back to Chrome I go. Back to Chrome I go. Gemini misses out because it's not easily accessible. So I get that. Good move. Now to the part that I don't like. We have Google Chrome is becoming an agentic browser, which means it can begin to do things for you without you being in front of your PC. Now, this is a little bit scary here because I wanted to read this. It can auto browse, it can auto do research, which is good. If you're planning a vacation or planning a recipe, send Google Chrome off on that, research thing and kind of parse through what you get back from AI at the end. But what bugs me here is this UCP, Universal Commerce Protocol, is what that stands for. And this is a standard protocol that has been developed by Google in conjunction with Shopify, places like Shopify, Etsy, Wayfair, Target, and others that will shop for you. Yes, that means shop and make purchases and do things for you. So essentially, you've got a Shopify store out there. You sell winter coats. Somebody tells Gemini to go find the best winter coat for the snowstorm coming this weekend. You want that in a size large, size extra large. You want that under $200. It goes and makes a purchase. Now, sounds pretty good, doesn't it? You don't have to do the research, nothing like that. It goes, it makes that purchase. Fantastic. Thank you. I appreciate it. What do you do when it screws up?
Well, yeah, I was going to say, to your point, I think shopping has become very personal, not because of the items, but because of the transfer of money, which is a commodity that is very precious and cannot be
Yes.
played around with. To your point, what happens if it does mess up?
You
Maybe
know,
it's the wrong size, maybe it pays too much, and
mm-hmm.
you're like, whoa, whoa. It's one thing to screw up research. If Google Gemini came back and showed me a picture of RFK, even though I'm asking for Martin Luther King Jr., that doesn't hurt me. I mean, well,
Mm-hmm.
personally, it hurts me, but it won't cost me anything. But if it goes out and buys a size too small and there's no return policy on that,
Mm-hmm.
now we got a big issue.
And we didn't even get into the security parts of it. That's a whole other ballgame. Things get broken into every day. They get hacked. They get compromised. So something happens, and you're at work, and you get this notification that the balance in your bank account is now negative. I've been at work. I didn't buy anything. Oh, Google Chrome bought you a set of glasses. It bought you a crystal chandelier. The list goes on. Now you have to deal with the bank. You have to try to justify that you didn't make those purchases. It's not easy to call fraud out on a credit card or a debit card these days. It's not as easy as it used to be. You hit the button and voila, you get your money back. No, these things are investigated. They're going to make sure that you didn't make this purchase. And I love my AI. I have been able to do a lot of things with AI, both Gemini and Copilot included. I'm not comfortable, and I don't think a lot of people are going to be, with an AI bot out there doing my shopping. I get it. It's a feature, but I'm not comfortable with it.
Yeah, last point, and we'll move on to the next topic. We're showing it on our screen right now for those of you listening. There's an Expedia booking that we're allowing. We're assuming that someone's going to allow AI or this agentic AI to produce. That means buy tickets, book a hotel, perhaps rent a car, things like that. I think what's missing from a lot of these agentic services is the flexibility of a human.
Mm-hmm.
I will sleep in a Motel 6 if it means that my plane ticket's cheaper, my hotel ticket price is much cheaper, and maybe I'll spend a little bit more in the car if where my destination is. Like if I'm going to California and I need a car, I'm not going to spend so much in the hotel because I'm going to be out driving. I'd rather spend more money on the car if the car is going to save me more gas. Same thing for the plane ticket. As long as it gets me out there for this particular event. I don't think when you book, if you say, hey, go book me something, it's probably going to book what it feels the most expensive / comforting thing is. So, what could have been a $670, trip to California now is $1,300, $1,500. And you're like, AI, what did you do? What did you do? So I think because an example already.
There, it kind of goes back to paid advertisements. That's the first thing that comes to mind. What stops expensive Hotel A from paying Copilot, Microsoft, or paying Google, Gemini, to recommend their stuff over everybody else's? What stops that?
Nothing.
Exactly.
Well, with that being said, Microsoft may have a solution, not at least for purchasing, but the resource hog that AI is with this new Maia, I don't know how to pronounce this. I apologize. MAIA 200. It's an AI accelerator that they announced this week, but they've been working on it for, according to Microsoft, years. It's basically the AI equivalent of showing up to a knife fight with a particle accelerator. They are hoping, at least on paper, that's what they're saying. Like this thing is going to do amazing things in the future. Like some of the aspects of this thing is that it has 140 billion transistors, 10 plus petaflops. I think it's 5 plus petaflops, 16 gigabytes HBM3E at 7 terabytes per second. Again, these are all chips that they're looking to basically super powered chips in order to reduce the amount of cloud learning that needs to be done as far as training for the LLMs. 30% better performance per dollar. Liquid cooling is going to be involved. Cluster scales to 61 accelerators, 6,100 accelerators. And it's supposed to be fast-tracked, deployed in Iowa. I think is the first places that we're going to start seeing these new chips in servers in Iowa that are, again, supposed to help Microsoft not use as much electricity, not use as much water. Basically, you're like magic bean. This is what it's supposed to be. We'll see if it does what it's supposed to, because again, remember we had this whole issue. I think Google said this about their TPUs 5 years ago, and the Tensor chip, well, it's awesome. It's not that great, and they're still burning electricity and water the same way as everyone else. It seems like, and then Amazon has this Trainium chip as well. And again, it feels like they produce these chips that are supposed to be doing great things, but also in conjunction with using a ton of resources. It's like, having an Intel laptop and then just putting a bigger battery in there. You haven't solved Intel's ability to create a better chip. You've just given it more life. and it still heats up in fans just as much, just for longer now. What are your thoughts on this new magic bean for Microsoft?
It's interesting that it comes out around the earnings statements, I think, number one.
Mm-hmm.
Two, I think it's $1 late. Should have had, if they've got this big efficient AI accelerator that can do great things and is less resource intensive and gets AI tasks done better, and you've been working on it for years, why haven't you said something before now? That's my first,
Well, hold on. I will argue just slightly against that. Is that I'd rather them have something and announce it versus announcing something and not having it.
I agree. I
So maybe
think
that's
you're
what they were
absolutely
doing. Maybe
right.
they were just waiting to say,
I
here it
think I
is.
would rather hear this announcement than Nadella standing up going, "We're working on something, but no tangible thing to show for it." I do
Right.
agree. I do agree with that. So what I want to see from this is using this accelerator that I'm gonna call it Maia AI. That's how I'm gonna pronounce that for right now, or Maya, whatever. I can't pronounce it either, but I want to see this accelerator, what it can do. Show me a demo.
Yeah.
Show me a demo of this is the way we do it now. This is the way our accelerator does it. Look at the cost saving. Guess what? Microsoft, if this is true, and I'm not saying you're lying, but if this is the great thing, put that demo on. Because you know what? Those investors that you've upset, you will pacify them for a little while. Maybe
totally
a long little while. So you announced it, but where's my demo? I need to see that.
I totally agree with you. This could, in fairness, help reshape the way Microsoft basically bids and invest in OpenAI and the data centers in the future. It could hopefully save them some money, which in turn, maybe they could put it towards rehiring some game developers to save the gaming aspect.
Yes.
We know that it doesn't work that way, but that's the idea. If we lived in a just society.